Um, Obviously, I wrote a few words because I thought I'm going to be speechless here, and I was right. Today is a good day. Today is the first time I visit Auschwitz. In fact, I'm a little bit embarrassed to say, but I don't recall visiting any Holocaust memorial in my life. Even saying the actual word Auschwitz was impossible to me. I think that the first time I was actually managed to say the word Auschwitz was just 3.5 years ago when we started thinking and discussing this important project. As a child, I was aware that my grandmother's family was murdered in the Holocaust. She was the only survivor in her family, but she never really talked about it. Perhaps it was her way to protect us, the children, the grandchildren, the families from the horrors, and maybe it was her personal way of dealing with the Shoah. And as a third generation to Holocaust survivor, I really recently asked myself, how come I never visited Auschwitz or any other memorial? Specifically Auschwitz, the death camp that responsible for murdering over 1 million people, including my grandmother's family. By the way, my parents just visited 2 weeks ago for the first time in their life. Maybe because of this project. And one of the answers that I gave myself is maybe I was influenced by how my grandmother coped with the Holocaust, and perhaps it was the mental and the physical barrier just to get to such a museum. Now think about, and exactly as you mentioned, Dr. Piotr, think about the world population that doesn't have such a family story. If I didn't make the effort to visit Auschwitz, how can we expect the rest of the world to do so? And how can we make sure that the world remembers and never forgets? We live in a digital world that if something cannot be experienced digitally, it can be easily be ignored, denied, forgotten. In fact, racism, blind hatred, anti-Semitism, Holocaust denial are all on the rise. And the internet has a big part in it. Is humanity on its way to forget the lessons from the Holocaust? Are we going to allow this critical medium, the internet, to be left to spread hate, racism, and lies? Or can we turn this upside down and leverage the internet and leverage these new technologies to spread education, facts, empathy, equality, love, and cross-cultural understanding? Since founding AppsFlyer a decade ago, we've been giving back and supporting our communities around the world. When we thought about prioritizing our social activities, specifically in Israel, supporting Holocaust survivors was an obvious choice. In recent years, we hosted festive holiday dinners for survivors at the AppsFlyer office. And these events quickly became significant highlights for us throughout the entire year. Something to look forward to, something to remember, something to get excited about, something to get inspired just by seeing these brave people dancing, smiling, and simply being happy. For them, just to get out of their houses in their fancy clothes and put their makeup on is really a significant highlight for them. But do you know what really makes them happy? The simple fact that we remember them. That we remember them and we remember the Holocaust. During the last dinner that happened to be in Passover, I updated our brave guests about this amazing project that we're doing here. And they were really excited about hearing it, and I think that it gave them hope. Hope that the word we'll remember and we'll never forget. Hope that the word we learn from this dark period in history to make sure that it never happens again, anywhere and to anyone. My grandmother passed away just a few years ago, and as time moves by, the number of living survivors decreases quickly, and we are losing the privilege of hearing their stories firsthand. And in just a few years, we will not have living survivors among us, and we will be left alone in this world with a mission to carry the torch of memory and bear witness in their name. When you listen to a witness, you become a witness. Eli Wiesel. In fact, we must realize that we are a very fortunate generation that happened to live among Holocaust survivors. This is why all of us, this generation, have a great responsibility for future generations to make sure that the Holocaust will be remembered and never forgotten. 3.5 years ago, in 2020, Liron came to me and told me that Auschwitz Memorial was closed for the first time in 75 years due to COVID. She told me that she met the Auschwitz team and discussed ideas how to make the site accessible through connected devices. I saw the spark in Liron's eyes, and I felt that we must take responsibility and just take the first step, even if we don't see the entire staircase. A few months after, we signed a historical agreement that I have here with me. And it's not by accident, because I carry this agreement. I don't know if you know it. Piotr and Wojtek, I carried that with me for the last 3 years or so, the actual paper. You know, in tech, we don't sign papers. So I've been signing deals and big deals, actually, but everything was digitally, and sometimes it wasn't even me. So that's, anyways, I guess that I will preserve this paper. And yes, today is a good day. Even that it's a very hard day, it's a very challenging day, it's a very emotional day, but it's a very, very good day. And today we celebrate a major milestone in this important long-term project. Today we celebrate better future for all of us around the world. Today we celebrate victory over darkness, good over evil, and knowledge over ignorance. I'd like to thank the AppsFlyer team for believing in miracles and making a difference. I'd like to thank our investors and shareholders that supported us along the way, that together we have shown the world that giving back to communities actually create an infinite loop of doing great things, both for the AppsFlyer ecosystem, customers, the business, and great for global communities. It goes together. This is a big message that we carry to other commercial companies, that doing well is done by doing good. So doing well by doing good is our mantra and should be everybody's mantra. I'd like to thank the Diskin team, Ran, Aya, Daria, and the rest of the team. The list is pretty long, for the inspiration and making this a reality. From the early days that it seems like a crazy dream. I'd like to thank Orange and the other supporters in this project. Special thanks to Dr. Piotr and Wojtek for the courage, really, to innovate and challenge the status quo and doing something different. Finally, and this is even something that is becoming even stronger today for me, I'd like to thank the entire Auschwitz team, the guides. Where is Thomas? Yeah, he's working. Oh, he's here. Okay. Look, most of us do not have to deal with the Holocaust every day. And you do it all day, every day. And this is why you are my heroes. You are the inspiration. And you deserve all the credit. Without you, there was nothing. And finally, I'd like to thank all of you here and everybody involved. The list is long. Also, I want to mention Alon here, Lisa, Jonathan. Where's Jonathan? Always behind the camera. There's the camera. Amazing team that we have working in this. I really would like to thank all of you and all the crowd here for helping me personally to break the mental and the physical barrier I had from actually visiting or just getting involved. And I'm confident that this project will help many, many, many others to do the same. I'm thankful and grateful for the privilege to take part in such a mission. I've never dared dreaming that something like that I will be involved in something like that. And thanks to you, it's becoming a reality today. I'm confident that we are making history together and in our mission for a better world for all of us globally, our children and future generations. I think that we are just 1% done. שהחיינו וקיימנו. והגיענו לזמן הזה. עם ישראל חי. Thank you.